that was like 5 minutes. I think it is. How you doing, man?
What's up, guys? How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
Here's a guy sitting on.
What's up, everybody? Matt and Sue with Halloween Daily News. We're out here. It is day one. H45 is finally here. It's Friday, September 29th. And as you can see, we are out here in front of the Pasadena Convention Center where they are loading up the buses for the Horrors Hallowed Grounds tour of filming locations of the Halloween movies and a couple other cool horror movies. And it is packed out here. The first buses are going to be departing in about 10 minutes as we're recording this. We just got checked in. We've got Oziah with us over here behind us somewhere. He's holding our place in line. We're on bus number 5. That's where we're going to be going. We got a Michael Myers in line with us, so that's going to be cool. He's going to be hanging out with us all day. Don't know who our host on this bus will be, but looking forward to finding that out and seeing all these locations and what's new this year. And already seeing some familiar faces, and they're seeing us. And as we were coming up, a lot of you guys were waving and saying hello. So this is going to be exciting, connecting with a lot of our friends and seeing other friends for the first time in a long time as well. So this is just the beginning. The journey has just begun. Here we go. They're about to load the first bus, it sounds like. Super exciting.
Yeah, from the walls and everything, so there's no power. So it's I've been to war.
What are the odds you run into another?
This is great.
One tour bus leaves the first stop.
Thankfully, the exterior still looks the same. To kind of give you a heads up, and then I'll make some announcements, and then we'll kind of disperse and let people take pictures. Just let me know, or if you have any individual questions, just let me know. So we have the Doyle House here from Halloween 1 and 2. Right across the street, directly from me, is the house that Laurie kind of bangs her the door on, and they turn off the lights on her. And then right next to there is the Wallace House exterior. So since they filmed, they added the whole garage area on.
Renovations going on at the Doyle House, it looks like. First stop on the tour. Let's go across the street.
Probably a little bit on the door.
And the Wallace House across the street.
This is round 2 for me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've done it before. What's that? Yeah.
First time doing it, first time in Cali.
Where'd you come from?
Chicago.
Well, just south of Gary.
Yep, and here we have a special visitor.
You're used to it.
That's on them.
It doesn't seem that long of a walk, does it?
Good.
Michael hanging at the Wallace house. The shapes in the house. Stop number 1 of the tour. We have arrived in Haddonfield. And look who's come home. From the Wallace house, across the street quite literally, to the Doyle house, where there are some renovations going on. But there it is, the famous balcony where the shape took his infamous fall. All right, we got to get back on the bus. And here we are at the famous Elm Street house. As the tour continues, you'll recognize the original '84 classic. And here is Glenn's house from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Glenn, of course, played by a young Johnny Depp in the original '84 Wes Craven classic. And it is located literally across the street from Nancy's house over there.
We'll start with Christine. There used to be a big tree here. So across the street, catty corner, is Dennis's house from Christine. And so you remember the girlfriend, she left and she saw Arnie pulling up and she kind of looked at him behind this tree. So Dennis's house is kind of obscured now by all these kind of bushes. But this spot was also used in 2 different scenes for Halloween. In front of Dennis's house at the very end, when Dr. Loomis sees the kids running across the street screaming over an orange grove, the reverse shot is him looking towards this way in front of his house. Next to that house is when Sheriff Brackett bumps into Dr. Loomis and he's like, "I've seen his car," and then you kind of recognize the kind of sidewalk kind of gating, stone gating and so forth. I think there's toilet paper headed out, so I'll point it out as we can move over there.
Oh yeah, that one on the corner.
When Laurie Strode waits on the stoop at the Strode house, she looks to the right, and she's actually looking to the right. When she looks to the left, her point of view is actually looking right down here towards Genesee Avenue. So if you have the 4K and the Blu-ray, you can actually it says Genesee Avenue. So this is Laurie's point of view, waiting for Annie to pick her up to go babysit. More movie magic.
Yeah.
That's the question.
She was a fembot all along. Cool.
Left is Kirsten Court. We're going to loop back around there at the end. So that's where they shot Halloween 2 and 3. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all the pods they collect are kind of right here in this corner. But as you look right behind me, if you're fans of Psycho 3, Jeff Fahey crossed this street and supposedly walked into a bar that was over here, but the bar was, of course, somewhere completely else. So this is where he walked across the street in Psycho 3. All right, first off, you look to your left in the Village Pizzeria. That was the pet shop in Return to the Living Dead 2, where all the pets were zombies, if you're fans of that. If you look directly behind you, if you're fans of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, like I am, this is where the little Billy sees all the nuns, the 2 nuns walking up the street.
Oh, yeah.
And then this Wisteria restaurant and bar, that's the restaurant Billy worked at. And if you remember the scene near the end, he's taking garbage out and he sees a jackass and puts an umbrella through him. That's right by this brick wall right down here.
And here we are at the church used in John Carpenter's The Fog. And I think they're going to let us
We'll wait
step
till
in
the
there for a
other
minute.
Roberts tour group finishes, and then we'll be able to visit.
Are we going this way now?
Once we, if you go in, it is a church, so if you want to leave a donation, I'm sure they'd be appreciated. Around to the other side, that's where Janet Leigh and Nancy Loomis kind of went into the church. I'm always amazed, movie magic, it makes the church like to seem in the middle of nowhere in Northern California, and here it is.
Here we are now inside of the church in John Carpenter's The Fog. As you can see, everybody taking a minute for some communion and a baptism by fog in here. Oh yeah.
Came down and it was in the basement. I remember those.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think you're right. Yeah. And here's the back of the church, back where Janet Leigh and Nancy Loomis had their scene. And we'll walk all the way around so you can get a good look at the exterior.
You recognize those three. That's actually in the movie where they come to the church. They actually park right here. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I glanced through your website. It's so cool. I cannot believe that I didn't know
About what?
about the existence of the website.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so
It's been
amazing.
a hobby of mine. So, but yeah, you should get a picture on the stairs.
Grandpa's house from Return of the Living Dead 2.
This is Grandpa's house.
It's out and like, Mr. Elrod, Mrs. Elrod.
You okay?
Yep. So that all takes place right here.
Awesome. Elrod house. Alice's house from H2.
Alleyway was used in Return of the Living Dead.
Where's that? Is that?
Kind of up and down. We're gonna go turn the corner. Yeah.
Where's it come from?
Return of the Living Dead 2.
Go ahead and go up forward. Yeah, that's it.
More from Return of the Living Dead 2. Getting a lot of Return of the Living Dead 2 footage this trip. Pretty cool decoration.
Up to my left, your right, if you're fans of Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, that's where the City Hall is, where Lily gets adopted. Also, that's where they have the big car accident in Bird Box.
Alright, now we are down here at the Buccaneer, which is the bar. Dr. Chalice is watching a Michael Myers Halloween commercial in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
All right, most everybody's here. So this is Kirsten Court. So you'll recognize it. Let's start with Halloween 2. So where Nurse Karen and I forgot her friend's name, that asked if Eddie Lee can give her a drive. So this all takes place here. The parking lot's been a little bit different than it was in the movie, and obviously it was emptier. This is also the Boombox Boy scene. So where Michael walks into his actually son playing the Boombox Boy, and right kind of in front of the big tree, I was making sure it was still there. And then of course Michael goes around the corner. I think it's Starbucks on the corner, and there was a sign for Haddonfield Memorial. So you'll recognize all that. This is also used in Halloween 3. So I think it was the TVs are where the ice cream store is now, or last it was an ice cream store. And then there was a phone booth, for anybody that remembers what that is, where Dr. Chalice just can't make it home with his six-pack to go. So you'll recognize that. This corner was also used, like I said, in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Their offices, the doctor's office was right behind us as well.
So this is the area where much of Halloween 2 in the beginning was filmed. Right around here, near this tree, is where we are told the Boombox Boy, played by Dick Warlock's son, bumped into the shape. And then right around here is where Nurse Karen was walking to her car talking about Eddie Lee before heading out to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital to clock in for her Halloween night shift. And then up here around this corner, you see it's a Starbucks location now, but this is the corner that Michael, after bumping into Boombox Boy and hearing on the boombox where Laurie has been taken, namely to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, he comes around this corner, and it's right around here where they have the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital sign. And we see Michael go that way, and look, there he is, about to embark to the hospital. There he goes, on his way to Haddonfield Memorial. And apparently this ice cream shop is the windows where the Silver Shamrock commercial was playing on all the TVs in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. You saw them playing on the TVs inside this shop, which is now the Mother Moo Creamery of Sierra Madre. Pretty awesome. Happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Don't block it. Ooh, yeah. Bang!
And how fitting that it is literally garbage day as we are at the Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 house. I mean, I don't know how Robert and Sean and everybody planned this out so perfectly, but It's literally garbage day.
If there's any Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 fans just like me, this is the Garbage Day street. So as you saw, we are so fortunate that we are here on Garbage Day. So a couple locations, I'll kind of take you down where the Jackass boyfriend movie date theater gets electrocuted, and then farther down where I keep saying Billy, where Ricky has his rampage, and then we'll stop by the Garbage Day. Where the boyfriend, they jump in the car, and then Ricky comes up and kind of freaks out and electrocutes him. It takes place right in the front of this house. Next door, he goes on a shooting rampage, and he shoots one guy's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he gets shot right here. Car.
Cop.
Hmm?
Farther down the street, so come on, the Garbage Day street, or house.
On the Garbage Day street, on actual Garbage Day.
So Ricky's standing about right here, and garbage is right there in front of this house where the poor unfortunate guy picked the wrong day.
It's Garbage Day. Here's where the car crashes after Ricky shoots at it. Heading to Haddonfield Cemetery now.
Damn kids. Why do they do it?
Why do they do it?
So this cemetery was also used in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Alfred Hitchcock's family plot, and then Courtney Cox visiting her parents, which is actually not too far from the Judith Byers grave.
Got the Sinclair.
Yeah, every time
thing actually
I remember over at Russell.
Old Charlie Bowles.
He excused himself at the table, he kissed his wife and his 2 children goodbye, and then he proceeded.
Where are we?
Where are we?
Where are we?
So the Sinclair is the most noticeable tombstone that you can see behind where Michael's standing now, where Judith's plot was supposed to be. And for fans of Halloween 2018, they recreated that Sinclair tombstone in the background.
Michael enjoying the spotlight. Playing a little hide and seek.
I have no other emotion in the book. I have no other emotion. You're sexy. You're timid.
They've multiplied. The multiverse is real. We've entered the multiverse.
See, this is the Myers from the 78 timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Myers from,
Shoot your own adventure after.
That's right.
Stand still. Oh, needs that damn infinity gauntlet. We'll figure this shit out.
That's right.
Hey, I believe part 1
Mike's head tilts.
Make it slow, sexy.
All right, we need to make room for Brian's room and Robert's room. Let's check it out.
Amazing things happening out here at Sierra Madre Cemetery, which doubled as Haddonfield Cemetery in the original Halloween. Everybody having an awesome time out here, including a couple shapes on our bus. That's right, that's where the Scream 2 opening, right? Yeah, the Scream 2 opening. Stab premiere. I love that opening scene too.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Site of the Stab premiere in Scream 2. So awesome. The tour continues. Shocker House.
Yeah. Well, you can find a picture. on our website.
Oh, cool.
Yes, thank you for putting up with all of us crazy fans. You're awesome. Very cool. Owner of the Shocker House, being very patient with all of us rabid horror fans out here today. Gotta love these homeowners putting up with all of us. And I love some of the decorations I'm seeing out here in South Pasadena today. All right. I'm not sure exactly what our next stop is, but I can't wait to find out. Pee-wee's house from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The shape is everywhere today, literally.
It's Haddonfield and it turns into Halloween. So the camera's looking that way and the kind of leaves are going over. So when it clicks to daytime, 1978. So if you can, just do your best to get her shot across the street again.
Familiar opening shot, and it probably would have been down like this. There it is.
That his family is killed, so he comes down from my right over here, kind of sees houses to the couple houses to the right, gave his girlfriend, and they kind of come down the street. And then later in real life he comes in and he realizes his family is dead. So right here at 2012. Around here is where the camera shot, where Linda, Annie, and Laurie are kind of doing the long shot as they walk home. The house right across from me, 1027, that's Linda's house. It's also known as Mama's family's house.
Linda's house. And there is the famous hedge. Everybody getting there, doing their best Michael by the hedge. Another look at Linda's house.
No, that's like in a fun, like only. If I was in that role, I would have liked that. Because technically, further up would have been. I had.
In the heart of Haddonfield. And right here is where Laurie, Linda are joined by Annie on their way home from school before getting spooked by the shape at the hedge. Here they come down the sidewalk. Linda leaves them right here at her house, and right up there is the iconic hedge where Michael was creeping. The back side of the hedge where you see Carpenter's cigarette smoke, of course. Before Annie goes up to her house and Sheriff Brackett accidentally scares Laurie and says the famous line, "It's Halloween, everybody's entitled to one good scare."
You can't cut down the hedge. You can do whatever you want, but you can't cut down the hedge. Save the hedge.
Didn't there used to be a plaque at the hedge? I don't know.
He's a cool killer. He would have been neat, you know, like Kane Hodder's in it. I think Robert England. He's in there playing like a Loomis character too.
And just past the hedge, this is the Brackett house, where Annie leaves Laurie and where she then bumps into Sheriff Brackett, and he says the famous line, "Everyone's entitled to one good scare."
We're gonna do the whole thing.
This is Sheriff Brackett's house. This restaurant's about to be demolished soon. Scene in the original Terminator where Sarah Connor worked. About to be demolished apparently, so last time we can see it. First and only time for us. Apparently inside this garage is where they shot Loomis and Marion in the car on their way to Smith's Grove. We have arrived at the Myers house. There it is. Look at this. We are running low on time, our tour guide has said. So we're not gonna spend a ton of time here, I guess.
I was kind of fantasizing that.
This is as historic and cinematic horror history as it gets. We got a little Myers face-off happening out here in front of the Myers house.
Not Strode.
Okay, wait, let me take one by the door. 1, 2, 3. And then.
Thank you so much.
Don't go, Mike, don't go!
He walked around the porch like this. Seeing Judith's bedroom up there. There's Judith's room up there. He would have come around here, gone in the back door. There it is. There's Judith's bedroom.
There should be a pumpkin in that's the window, isn't it? Yeah. Oh wait, no, it was the window was on the front, wasn't it? The bedroom?
Yeah, right there. Yep.
Will you call me tomorrow? More like bathroom where you walk off and you use the bathroom. Thank you so much. You can walk the side of the house.
Oh, you're good.
Just like that. Perfect.
I came here once upon a time. We walked up on the guy.
Shapes of all kinds are out here at the Myers house today. During the H45 Horrors Hallowed Grounds bus tour brings us to the original Myers house. The shape is here. There are multiple shapes here, as a matter of fact. He has come home. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He has come home. There's the shot from the opening of the original movie, because that's the location of where the Myers house used to be before they relocated it to its present day location. Michael, of course, walked across the street, started his massacre. We are truly in Haddonfield right now, ladies and gentlemen. Arnie's house from Christine. John Carpenter classic.
You didn't hear that
everyone's house.
Oh, wow. Here's the corner where Laurie and Linda come around and Andy comes around, catches up with them. And then they proceed to walk down here and have their speed kills confrontation with Michael. Ultimately, you see them walking down here. You said this is like right where the car stops?
She kind of turns and she sees. There used to be a couple different trees here. But you kind of see these trees are still the same, where it screeches to a halt. Yeah. He has amazing hearing, obviously.
Oh, yes, yes.
And great driving skills.
There used to be a couple more trees here. Otherwise, it looks pretty. You're a fan of Baby Jesus?
So right about here is where he slammed on brakes after he jerk speed kills. And here we have the Strode house from Rob Zombie's 2007 remake of Halloween.
Also used in Sky High and many other films.
Right up there, you remember Dee Wallace was putting together the skeleton decoration. Danielle, as Annie pulls up here to pick her up, she says so long to Mom and Dad before they go inside. Start planning vacation.
Downhill this time. You can't get a good shot of the Hallowed house like they did in the movie. But this is the alley that Michael walks down.
So this is the alley that the shape comes strolling down in Halloween 2.
So down at that far again.
So the dog in this building was there.
You guys didn't hear that. It's down on that end we're looking at where Michael sees Loomis tell the police, "I shot him 6 times." First time he says it. And then Michael's hanging out in the alley, much like he is today. One of his favorite haunts would be the back of the Elrod house, as we saw the rest of it at the other location. And you remember Michael strolling down the alley, similar to this, only it was much darker. Oh, okay. And there he goes to disappear in the bushes. There's the site of Nichols Hardware. Of course, where Michael breaks in and gets his ropes and knives, and maybe a mask.
This is from Rob Zombie's. This is the high school behind me. Across the street was the elementary school they used for Rob Zombie's Halloween. Yeah, we're not going to South Pasadena High School because they're not letting us drive by.
There's the high school exterior from the remake. And here's the elementary school exteriors from Rob Zombie's Halloween 07 remake. It's where you see young Michael come out before following his bully. Here is the Mustafa Akkad Memorial Bench. Here, right across the street from the Strode house from the original film. Here's the bench. Here's the commemorative plaque in Mustafa's memory. Very cool that Pasadena did this. Awesome. And here, there's the famous stoop, and this is, of course, the Strode house. You'll remember Laurie comes out on Halloween morning on her way to school. She comes out over here, and of course she makes her way just a few feet down that way before her dad comes out and reminds her, don't forget to go by the Myers house. He gives her the keys and sets off a tragic chain of events involving this monster here. That's right. This is where it all started. And you'll remember she came down here. We'll go over here and everybody's getting their picture taken on the famous corner stoop where Laurie is waiting for her ride to come pick her up and for her Halloween festivities and adventures to begin. Keep watching, lots more coming from H45. Until then, I'm Matt and this is Sue Arts. We are Halloween Daily News. Thank you for watching.